is neither here nor there. We've seen them peg the rate at 360 at the I&E window.
Yeah.
So to a large extent, they'll be managing it with liquidity management by mopping up liquidity. So if you've seen the activity at of the CBN at the open with their usuals of OMO frequently in the last couple of months,
yeah,
that tells a lot in terms of them still struggling, despite the fact that we've seen the accretion over time. But you can also take away the fact that they still have pressure in terms of exchange rate. They still have pressure in terms of interest rate. In terms of inflation rate. So they are keeping. They need to watch this closely. If you drop rate and by the next meeting you discover that inflation has gone back up, you would have to be forced to take back the rate to the level that it was before, or even higher than that. So I think a watch and see approach wasn't a bad idea at the first meeting for the year.
Okay. Now we have a quote here from our Uncle Bismarck. Christian, I want to come to you with this quote. He says, he was on TV yesterday. What is concerning to me is that the CBN is going to be playing an interventionist role by lending to certain vulnerable sectors. As if we call him Uncle Business, Mr. Bismarck, a renowned economist. Now, he's been pushing for the rate to be dropped. He feels that this would stimulate the economy. But I mean, Bollinger has already said that if you do that, inflation. Where do you stand? I mean, look, me personally, I also want the rate to be dropped. I think, but where are you? Where are you on this as far as the benchmark rate is concerned?
So I think both sides of the argument are valid.
Yeah.
There are concerns with inflation if you were to drop rates. Like Blind said, there will be concerns with inflation.
Yeah.
But at what cost? This rates we're holding at 14. What's the cost? What's the true cost? That we may not be able to determine now. Maybe towards the end of the year, we'll see lending rates in the US go up to 2.
Yeah.
See 10-year, the yield on the 10-year bond inch to 3.
Right.
Then it's going to be a problem because right now we're sourcing for foreign debt.
Yes.
Which is become more attractive. How long that's going to continue, I don't know. If interest rates the yield on the 10-year bond in the US inches up to as high as 3%, we might see some form of capital flight.
That is, they'll leave from here and go over there.
Yeah, because then you when you price in the risk of investing here
versus there,
yes,
it's more attractive over there.
Yes, it becomes more attractive. When that happens, and then we're forced to go back to
tighten to raise the rate to bring them back here again.
So are you going to come up to 15? Are you going to, and then the period between now and then, what's going to happen? These are I think
the things that they look at.
Yes, so it's not there's both sides of the argument, like I said, are valid. It's just finding a meeting point. The MPC, I think, is trying to be careful not to spook the market. But I don't know how long we're going to continue being cautious.
Well, Wane, what do you think?
I think they should at least give like a 25 basis point cut.
Yeah.
2018 budget has not been passed yet, so this should have at least helped to support the economy in some form or way.
Yeah.
But since they didn't do that, I'm sure they have their reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, like you said, they have their reasons, but we should know, right?
Abi, that's what they're there for. You should when they sit down with the press conference after the meeting is over. You tell us exactly why you. Anyway, all right.
The 5 minutes question session after that.
Yeah,
does nothing.
Doesn't help us out. Okay, we move that from monetary policy over to agriculture. BusinessDay headline here: no functional tomato processor in Nigeria despite billions from the federal government. Nigeria's federal government through the central bank has provided money running into the billions to Dangote Tomatoes, Erisco Foods, Veggie Fresh Group and Savannah Group to enable them process fresh tomatoes into triple concentrate, but none of them is currently doing so. Guys, what do we think here? Let's just see. Erisco, no, let me add these figures just in case anybody's curious. Erisco Foods took 2 billion in 2 tranches. Others got between 1 billion and 10 billion in different tranches. Industry sources say Dangote's plan to shut down. What's going on? What's up with the tomatoes, man?
So I'll just quickly bring you back to what Uncle Bismarck said.
Okay.
Let's see. we have to support certain sectors,
Right.
like agricultural sector.
Right.
So if despite the various amounts that have been pumped into the sector, we don't have a processor yet. Of course, there could be two things to it.
Yeah.
It could be that the cost of borrowing for the sector is still high,
Yeah.
such that it's not profitable yet. It could also be that there's some kind of okay, let me be careful, man. So,
Speak your mind, Christian. Yeah, speak your mind, man. Stay out there, yeah.
Yeah, so it could also mean that
Some people are collecting money and they're
loans
not.
are not. I mean, I'm aware that the BOI has put in significant amount of money.
Yes.
To spur the sector.
Yeah.
And then if at this time we don't have a functional tomato processor, despite the scarcity we had in 2016, tomato scarcity,
Right.
then there's something that needs to be looked at critically.
Well, Ira, any thoughts on this?
Well, I think I have a different view to this.
Yeah.
And that's the fact that if you look at what has really happened to this processing plant, it has been really an issue of not getting input.
Right.
That's the tomato itself.
Okay.
So, and in some cases where they got the input, they came at a very high price compared to what would have made them competitive. I think it's a case of us not looking at the entire value chain when we are actually coming up with policies. So you look at some side of the value chain and you position yourself to provide support without analyzing the entire value chain. Now, this report says that the band for you to the band of the cost of input for you to be competitive is between $100 to $200 for tomato per ton.
Okay.
Now, these processors are currently buying tomato within the band of $262 per barrel and 1,600.
So they're in the hole.
Even before you even get to the market, you're already negative.
You're negative.
And you are competing with the likes of China that are also allowed.
Okay, so
despite the fact that the government have raised tariff on the importation of
it
still doesn't match the cost difference. The cost difference.
Okay.
So in the real sense of it, because the cost of this facility that they got from the CBN is at single digit.
Yeah.
And so in terms of cost of funds, this really given some sort of haircut to them, but
it still doesn't. If you can't do it,
exactly what I was saying. So it's either that some strategy has to be developed, maybe backward integration strategy. So you grow your own tomatoes. I'm not aware that you complain that the price of orange in the market is expensive. That's why it's going to cost you a lot to produce the orange juice. No, I think they've gone back. They've done their mathematics, and they've come out with a way to, even if the price of oranges go up in the market, they still have their supplies.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about the cost of the raw materials or the availability of raw materials, that's a problem that they individually need to look at.
I don't know. They seem to think we can grow everything in this country. That we can just rice, yams, tomatoes. Anyway, look. Real quick. We beat this story to death yesterday, but I really want to get your thoughts on this. The TSA executive secretary, he took 25 billion from the National Health Insurance Scheme and he put it in federal government bonds. I don't want to come out like I'm supporting the guy. I want to get you guys your thoughts here. Was this such a bad thing? There's been a big uproar because the Minister of Health said he shouldn't put the money there, he should put it in the TSA. Also did the Minister of Finance. But, guys, he put the money in federal government bonds.
There's a guideline.
There's a guideline, yes.
So you should just stick to it.
But he didn't steal the money.
There's a guideline. And you're in public sector. So
right.
You should stick to guidelines and policies. And procedures on how to do things.
Okay. Well, Ira, he didn't steal the money. He put it in bonds.
You can come back and tell us that you got it at a lesser price, a lesser pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't want such.
We
don't want to encourage.
See, the TSA is the TSA necessary? Or
it has helped to
an extent.
It has helped to
because if you look at the pros, but compare that to what they would have raised in interest. 25 billion is quite a lot of money. The interest they would have gotten. Federal government bonds are doing what? 13-14% now.
Your money to lend to yourself.
Exactly.
Good point. A good point. I'll give you a point for that. Yeah.
So why do you think you are in a better position? I'm now speaking to the boss.
Yeah.
To make
that decision.
Why? What makes you think that your decision is the best?
Yeah.
What makes you think that the funds can be better managed?
Well, he was talking about corruption though, that a lot of people mismanage this money. So I guess he was saying it would have been better being put in bonds as opposed to.
I prefer let it be in the TSA.
Yeah.
These guys were doing this before now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is he a treasury? Is he
a PFA? Is he a PFA? Guys, that's all. I wanted. Okay, real quick. Fidelity. They've delayed their results. Fidelity Bank. I think was it an audit thing? They said they were
exactly. Diamond Bank also came up with theirs.
Oh, Diamond Bank is also delayed as well.
And FBN.
FVNH. Okay, so I believe they've all said Fidelity said that they'll release their results on or before the end of this month, April. Yes.
Yeah, the same with
Diamond.
Same with Diamond.
Okay, no funny business, just auditing. Okay. The Horsemen. Thank you guys so much. One Christian and Bola for joining us. That's Business Express for today. Lagos, please stay tuned. Up next is Frankly Speaking with Muyiwa Afolabi.
Business Express on Smooth 98.1 every Monday to Friday at 6:45 a.m.